Canadian Citizenship Practice Exams. Subject: Canada and its people. Module: Canada's History. Chapter: Set 1. How many Canadians, approximately, did serve in the First World War? A. 7,000. B. 8 million. C. About 60,000. D. More than 600,000. The answer is D. More than 600,000. How many Canadians have been awarded the Victoria Cross, VC, the highest honor available to Canadians? A. 56. B. 96. C. 1024.00. D. 42. The answer is B. 96. In the 1960s, Quebec experienced an era of rapid change. What is this called? A. The West Movement. B. The Revolution. C. The Quiet Revolution. D. La Francophonie. The answer is C. The Quiet Revolution. What happened at the Battle of the Plains of Abraham? A. The Voyageurs battled with the British for fur trading rights. B. Americans fought the United Empire Loyalists during the American Revolution. C. The British defeated the French, marking the end of France's empire in America. D. The French defeated the British in a battle for Quebec. The answer is C. The British defeated the French, marking the end of France's empire in America. What is the meaning of the Remembrance Day poppy? A. To remember our sovereign, Queen Elizabeth II. B. To celebrate Confederation. C. To honor prime ministers who have died. D. To remember the sacrifice of Canadians who have served or died in wars up to the present day. The answer is D. To remember the sacrifice of Canadians who have served or died in wars up to the present day. What is the significance of the discovery of insulin by Sir Frederick Banting and Charles Best? A. Insulin is a hormone that permits you to eat anything you wish. B. Insulin has saved 16 million lives worldwide. C. Discovering insulin opened the doors to more discoveries. D. Discovering insulin made doctors Banting and Best famous. The answer is B. Insulin has saved 16 million lives worldwide. What percentage of Aboriginal people are First Nations? A. 30%. B. 6%. C. 50%. D. 65%. The answer is D. 65%. What was the significance of June 6, 1944 invasion of Normandy? A. It led to the establishment of the Juno Awards. B. It liberated North Africa from Nazi occupation. C. Canadians made a significant contribution to the defeat of Nazism and fascism in Europe during the Second World War. D. It resulted in the forcible relocation of Canadians of Japanese origin. The answer is C. Canadians made a significant contribution to the defeat of Nazism and fascism in Europe during the Second World War. What year did Newfoundland and Labrador join Canada? A. 1867. B. 1955. C. 1949. D. 1880. The answer is C. 1949. When did the British North America Act come into effect? A. 1871. B. 1898. C. 1867. D. 1905. The answer is C. 1867. When is Remembrance Day celebrated? A. July 1st. B. October 1st. C. November 11th. D. December 25th. The answer is C. November 11th. Which of the following sentences best describes the War of 1812? A. Napoleon's fleet was defeated by the Royal Navy in the war. B. The USA became independent from the British Empire after the war. C. The USA invaded Canada and was defeated, which ensured that Canada would remain independent of the United States. D. Canada joined the United States after the war. The answer is C. The USA invaded Canada and was defeated, which ensured that Canada would remain independent of the United States. Who are the Aboriginal peoples of Canada? A. The first European settlers to arrive in Canada. B. The descendants of the first Australian immigrants to Canada. C. The first people to live in Canada. D. The first settlers of Newfoundland. The answer is C. The first people to live in Canada. Who are the founding peoples of Canada? A. Métis, French, and British. B. Aboriginal, Métis, and British. C. Inuit, Aboriginal, and British. D. Aboriginal, French, and British. The answer is D. Aboriginal, French, and British. Who are the Métis? A. The distinct Aboriginal people of Atlantic Canada. B. A people of mixed Inuit/First Nations ancestry, most of whom live on the prairies. C. First Nations people speaking the Michif dialect. D. A distinct people of mixed Aboriginal and European ancestry. The answer is D. A distinct people of mixed Aboriginal and European ancestry. Who are the Quebecers? A. European settlers in the 1600s. B. Descendants of the French colonists. C. Descendants of the Anglophones. D. People of Quebec. The answer is D. People of Quebec. Who had played an important part in building the Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR? A. American railroad engineers. B. Acadian railroad workers. C. Chinese railroad workers. D. African American slaves. The answer is C. Chinese railroad workers. Who is considered the father of Manitoba? A. John A. Macdonald. B. Sam Steele. C. Alfred Boyd. D. Louis Riel. The answer is D. Louis Riel. Who is General Sir Arthur Currie? A. A military leader of the Métis in the 19th century. B. A great frontier hero. C. An explorer of Western Canada. D. Canada's greatest soldier in the First World War. The answer is D. Canada's greatest soldier in the First World War. Who led an armed uprising and seized Fort Garry? A. John A. Macdonald. B. Louis Riel. C. Sam Steele. D. Georges Cartier. The answer is B. Louis Riel. Who led Quebec into Confederation? A. Sir Louis-Hippolyte Lafontaine. B. Sir Georges Cartier. C. Sir Wilfrid Laurier. D. Sir John A. Macdonald. The answer is B. Sir Georges Cartier. Who was Sir Louis-Hippolyte Lafontaine? A. A champion of democracy and Aboriginal rights. B. A champion of democracy and French language rights and the first leader of a responsible government in the Canadas. C. The first head of state. D. The first French-speaking prime minister. The answer is B. A champion of democracy and French language rights and the first leader of a responsible government in the Canadas. Who was Sir Sam Steele? A. A great frontier hero, mounted policeman and soldier of the Queen. B. A military leader of the Métis in the 19th century. C. The first Prime Minister of Canada. D. The father of Manitoba. The answer is A. A great frontier hero, mounted policeman and soldier of the Queen. Who was the first leader of a responsible government in the Canadas in 1849? A. Sir John A. Macdonald. B. Robert Baldwin. C. Louis Riel. D. Sir Louis-Hippolyte Lafontaine. The answer is D. Sir Louis-Hippolyte Lafontaine. Who were the United Empire Loyalists? A. Settlers who came to Canada from the United States during the American Revolution. B. Aboriginal peoples. C. Métis. D. Inuit. The answer is A. Settlers who came to Canada from the United States during the American Revolution. Who were the voyagers? A. Montreal-based traders who traveled by canoe. B. Immigrants to Canada in the 18th century. C. Explorers searching for the Northwest Passage. D. Geographers who first charted the coastline of British Columbia. The answer is A. Montreal-based traders who traveled by canoe. Why is the Battle of Vimy Ridge important? A. It was a key position of the German line in northern Spain. B. Canadian Corps secured its reputation for valor and bravery. C. It was the hinge of the German line as it protected the newly constructed Hindenburg Line. D. Once Canadians fought at Vimy they knew they would be heading home. The answer is B. Canadian Corps secured its reputation for valor and bravery. Sir John Alexander Macdonald, first Prime Minister of Canada, is represented on what Canadian currency? A. $1 bill. B. $20 bill. C. $10 bill. D. $5 bill. The answer is C. $10 bill. In what year did King Charles II give the Hudson's Bay Company exclusive trading rights over the Hudson Bay area? A. 1675. B. 1660. C. 1665. D. 1670. The answer is D. 1670. Many slaves escaped from the United States to Canada using A. the Underground Railroad. B. the Underground Canal. C. the Underground Highway. D. the Underground Tramway. The answer is A. the Underground Railroad. In 1812, in revenge for British interference with their shipping, which country attempted to invade Canada? A. Spain. B. France. C. Portugal. D. USA. The answer is D. USA. Which was the first Canadian province to give women the right to vote? A. Ontario. B. Manitoba. C. British Columbia. D. Alberta. The answer is B. Manitoba. Canada Day, formerly known as Dominion Day, is celebrated to mark the date of the Dominion of Canada formally came into being in 1867, which is A. June 1st. B. May 1st. C. July 1st. D. August 1st. The answer is C. July 1st. Which were the first group of women to be given the right to vote in federal elections in Canada? A. Women serving as nurses in World War I. B. Women who lost a family member in World War I. C. Women married to soldiers in World War I. D. Women working in munitions factories in World War I. The answer is A. Women serving as nurses in World War I. Out of a population of 8 million, how many Canadians fought in the First World War? A. 100,000. B. 600,000. C. 400,000. D. 200,000. The answer is B. 600,000. The commander of the victorious British Army in the Battle of the Plains was A. Arthur Wellesley. B. the Duke of Marlborough. C. James Wolfe. D. Charles Cadogan. The answer is C. James Wolfe. The name Canada derives from the Iroquois word Canada, which means what? A. Lake. B. Country. C. Village. D. Seashore. The answer is C. Village. How many Canadians lost their lives in the First World War? A. 80,000. B. 20,000. C. 40,000. D. 60,000. The answer is D. 60,000. Sir Wilfrid Laurier was the first Canadian Prime Minister. A. Who was French-Canadian. B. Who was born in Canada. C. All of these. D. Who was an immigrant. The answer is A. Who was French-Canadian. The Quebec Act allowed Catholics in Canada to do what that they could not, at the time, do in Britain? A. Get married. B. Hold public office. C. Buy property. D. Celebrate Mass. The answer is B. Hold public office. The Atlantic colonies and Upper and Lower Canada were collectively known as what? A. Greater Canada. B. British North America. C. Northern States. D. British Canada. The answer is B. British North America. When European settlers first came to Canada, they caused large numbers of Aboriginal people to die due to A. Disease. B. Execution. C. Starvation. D. Warfare. The answer is A. Disease. The first Democratic Representative Assembly in Canada was elected where? A. Halifax. B. Newfoundland. C. New Brunswick. D. Prince Edward Island. The answer is A. Halifax. Around what time did the word Canada first begin appearing on maps? A. 1650s. B. 1550s. C. 1750s. D. 1450s. The answer is B. 1550s. In 1608 Samuel de Champlain built a fortress in an area which is now A. Quebec City. B. Prince Edward Island. C. Toronto. D. Montreal. The answer is A. Quebec City. Along with other former countries of the British Empire, Canada is part of which organization? A. The Colonial Society. B. The Former Empire Club. C. The British Protectorate. D. The Commonwealth of Nations. The answer is D. The Commonwealth of Nations. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police are now the National Police Force of Canada. What were they originally called when they were established to help pacify the west of Canada? A. The Canada Mounted Police. B. Her Majesty's Mounted Police. C. The Western Provinces Mounted Police. D. The Northwest Mounted Police. The answer is D. The Northwest Mounted Police. To mark a remarkable victory in April 1917, April 9th is now celebrated as A. Ypres Day, B. Gallipoli Day, C. Passchendaele Day, D. Vimy Day. The answer is D. Vimy Day. How many Canadian and Newfoundland servicemen served in World War II? A. 1 million plus. B. 100,000. C. 250,000. D. 500,000. The answer is A. 1 million plus. The cities of Edmonton, Langley and Victoria all began as what? A. Army bases. B. Landing stages. C. Religious settlements. D. Trading posts. The answer is D. Trading posts. On what day of the year do Canadians remember all those who have served and died for Canada? A. August th. B. April 3rd. C. July 1st. D. November 11th. The answer is D. November 11th. Having beaten the French, the British renamed the area of the Battle of the Plains what? A. Province of Quebec. B. Newfoundland. C. New Britain. D. Prince Edward Island. The answer is A. Province of Quebec. Upper Canada became the first province of the British Empire to start to introduce abolition of slavery in what year? A. 1793. B. 1776. C. 1807. D. 1800. The answer is A. 1793. In the 1920s, it was suggested that what area should become a part of Canada? A. British West Indies. B. Ireland. C. Alaska. D. The Falkland Islands. The answer is A. British West Indies. Sir John Alexander Macdonald, the first Prime Minister of Canada, was born in what country? A. Scotland. B. Canada. C. England. D. Wales. The answer is A. Scotland. In the D-Day invasion of Western Europe on June 6, 1944, Canadian forces stormed and took which beach from the German army? A. Omaha. B. Juno. C. Gold. D. Sword. The answer is B. Juno. In what year were Upper and Lower Canada united as the Province of Canada? A. 1850. B. 1840. C. 1860. D. 1830. The answer is B. 1840. Why did European explorers call the native people they found in Canada Indians? A. They thought they looked like Indians. B. It was short for independence. C. They thought they were in the East Indies. D. It was the native people's word for themselves. The answer is C. They thought they were in the East Indies. In 1867, which of these provinces was not part of the new country called the Dominion of Canada? A. New Brunswick. B. Ontario. C. Newfoundland. D. Nova Scotia. The answer is C. Newfoundland. In what year did the British Parliament pass the Quebec Act? A. 1767. B. 1774. C. 1781. D. 1779. The answer is B. 1774. To defend Canada, the Duke of Wellington chose Bytown as the endpoint of his network of forts. What is it called today? A. Ottawa. B. Edmonton. C. Montreal. D. Toronto. The answer is A. Ottawa. Samuel de Champlain and Pierre de Monts established the first European settlement north of Florida in which year? A. 1598. B. 1604. C. 1608. D. 1612. The answer is B. 1604. At the turn of the 19th/20th century, more than 260 Canadians died in which war? A. The Boer War. B. The Indian War. C. The American War. D. The Mexican War. The answer is A. The Boer War. In 1885 a head tax was established to attempt to block the immigration of which people to Canada? A. Africans. B. Chinese. C. Indians. D. Mexicans. The answer is B. Chinese. What was the last province to become part of the Dominion of Canada, in 1999? A. Yukon. B. Saskatchewan. C. Alberta. D. Nunavut. The answer is D. Nunavut. In what year were the majority of female Canadian citizens aged 21 or over given the right to vote in federal elections? A. 1917. B. 1918. C. 1921. D. 1916. The answer is B. 1918. Which of these Canadian tribes lived by farming and hunting? A. Sioux. B. Iroquois. C. Cree. D. Dean. The answer is B. Iroquois. Which of these Canadian tribes was nomadic? A. Cree. B. Sioux. C. Inuit. D. Iroquois. The answer is B. Sioux. The original French economy of Canada was driven by the trade in what? A. Dried fish. B. Pine timber. C. Beaver pelts. D. Gold. The answer is C. Beaver pelts. In 1792, black immigrants to Nova Scotia established a colony for free slaves where? A. Sierra Leone. B. Togo. C. Nigeria. D. Ethiopia. The answer is A. Sierra Leone. During the American Revolution, Joseph Brant led thousands of Native Americans into Canada who were loyal to the British. Which tribe did they represent? A. Mohawks. B. Sioux. C. Apache. D. Navajo. The answer is A. Mohawks. Who was the first person to draw a map of the east coast of Canada? A. Christopher Columbus. B. John Cabot. C. Ferdinand Magellan. D. Jacques Cartier. The answer is B. John Cabot. Louis Riel led uprisings against the Dominion of Canada in 1869 and 1885, leading which people? A. Iroquois. B. Métis. C. Sioux. D. Inuit. The answer is B. Métis. During the Second World War, Canadians with origins in which country were unfairly discriminated against in British Columbia? A. Japan. B. Germany. C. Austria. D. Italy. The answer is A. Japan. In which year did the French make peace with the Iroquois? A. 1741. B. 1701. C. 1721. D. 1681. The answer is B. 1701. Canada became an official title in what year? A. 1776. B. 1796. C. 1782. D. 1791. The answer is D. 1791. The export of which of these was not a major part of the Canadian economy when it was first founded? A. Oil. B. Timber. C. Fish. D. Fur. The answer is A. Oil. The first people to set foot in Canada apart from Aboriginal peoples are thought to have come from where? A. Iceland. B. Ireland. C. England. D. Germany. The answer is A. Iceland. Which Act of 1791 divided Quebec into Upper Canada and Lower Canada? A. The Canada Act. B. The Division Act. C. The Quebec Act. D. The Constitutional Act. The answer is D. The Constitutional Act. In what year did the Montreal Stock Exchange open? A. 1862. B. 1802. C. 1832. D. 1782. The answer is C. 1832. The first British North American colony to truly govern itself was A. Nova Scotia. B. Newfoundland. C. New Brunswick. D. Prince Edward Island. The answer is A. Nova Scotia. In 1813 American invaders burnt down Government House and the Parliament buildings in York. What is that city now called? A. Toronto. B. Halifax. C. Kingston. D. Montreal. The answer is A. Toronto. At the time of the American Revolution, how many Loyalists fled to Canada? A. 60,000 plus. B. 50,000 plus. C. 30,000 plus. D. 40,000 plus. The answer is D. 40,000.